I'd like to share with you a story from one of my experiences in working in pediatric palliative care. I was working with an 8-year-old boy who was a hockey fanatic, and he was diagnosed with a brain disorder that was very much in the gray area. They did not know the prognosis. They treated it similar to how you would treat cancer. And they didn't have, the medical team didn't have a lot of answers for the parents or the boy. So the only thing that really mattered to this little 8-year-old was that he couldn't play hockey anymore. And when I first met him on the first day, I realized what a firecracker he was. What an incredible, lively, creative spirit, just kind of dying to get out. And I said to him, "What would you like to do today?" And he said, I want to write a song," which isn't usually typical. And so, of course, I, jump right into it. And I say, "Well, what do you want to write about?" He said, "I don't know. I've never written before." And I said, "Well, why don't you write about what you know? That's a great way to start." And he said, "Well, the only thing I really know about is hockey, but you can't really write a song about that." And I said, "Well, why not?" And he said, "Well, it doesn't sound like anything on the radio. The songs I like on the radio, well, my favorite song is Happy by Pharrell." And so I was thinking, well, we can make it sound like that. We can do a sound-alike song if you like. And he said, "I think that'd be cool." So I'm thinking to myself, 'cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel. So I said, how can we adapt this? 'Cause it's hockey, clap along if you feel. And I said, okay, so what about that? And he said, yeah! And so he just, from the get-go, I mean, he had lyrics before we even began. He's like, "Sometimes you get hit, but you get back up." I'm like, "Sometimes the floor is slippery and you might slip up." And we just went back and forth, like trading lines back and forth, as if he had done this his whole life. He was so excited to talk about his passion. Even though he couldn't play it at that moment, it helped him. It was good for him. For some patients that might be contraindicated, but for him it was clearly the right thing to do. We wrote the song, we recorded it. The family chose that they kind of wanted to keep it private, but it's something that they hold really, really dear. And I'm also happy to report that a year later, he's got a clean bill of health and he is playing hockey again.